want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Have I been good enough in this life to deserve such charms? I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Hey, would somebody shut the doors in the back? All the best toys, I must say, and I have a sweater for every single day and a long lead on which to roam and play. We take trips in the van, I'm her only man, and this, of course, was my original plan. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Have I been good enough in this life to deserve such charms? I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Dinner's fit for a king, organic goodies she brings. I couldn't want for anything. Summer is here, time for music and shows, and just for her, I'll wear my ruffles and bows. Singing with me. When the sign says no parking, no stopping, no standing, jump the curb, use the grass, there'll be no reprimanding. Be you poodle, pit bull, or chiweenie, you'll be loved even if you pee-pee on the rug. And no matter what, even if you get caught, there's no bad doghouse for you. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Have I been good enough in this life to deserve such charm? I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Some say it's a choice. That's right, I made the choice to adopt the one that needs me the most. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Have I been good enough in this life to deserve such charms? I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Good boy. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Thanks.
Yay, that was great.
Thanks.
Welcome everybody to the blessing of non-human creatures today. My name is Renée, and this is Goose around here, and we're going to light the chalice. And you can join by reading the words on the screen or by looking in your order of service. So,
love is the spirit of this community, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in truth, and to help one another. Thus do we covenant together.
Come hoof and trunk, and tail and horn, and paw and wing and claw. Come bird and reptile, mammal born, all full of nature's law. Bring bark and crow and ribbit too, and silent stare and hiss. Bring purr and trill and warble too, and a voice no ear can miss. We gather here, each life and all, to celebrate and sing, to honor creature large and small. 'Tis holiness we bring. Good morning. It is a special day, and I want to welcome everyone who is here in person and everyone who is here online. The two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the tripods, the many-leggeds. Welcome all to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville. My name is Renée Jansky, and I'm the Director of Ministries for this awesome community. Unitarian Universalism is a tradition open to all people, whether you are religious or not religious. We UUs have 7 core values at the heart of our beliefs: justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, generosity, and at the center of everything we do, love. We respect our connections to each other, to all of life, and to the precious universe of which we are but a teensy part. We welcome you, whoever you are at this moment, whatever pet you have or don't have, and wherever you are in your spiritual journey. Today is a special service. A couple of years ago, I asked a few of our long-term members, several, what their favorite service was that hadn't been done in a while. The 2 main answers that I got back were Poetry Sunday and Animal Blessing Sunday. We have successfully implemented Poetry Sunday, have we ever, back into our lineup each year, and it has become a favorite of many of us. And today, we bring back the Animal Blessing Sunday. And just like with sounds our children make, our beloved animal companions make sounds too. And we will be very patient and okay with all of that today. I feel lucky to have planned this service with Brooke Eldredge, one of our awesome mindful discussion leaders who has a big heart for animals. I'm also thrilled to welcome Denise from...
She's not here yet.
Oh!
I'll fill in for her if I have to.
Okay. The House of Little Dogs is an incredible organization, and Brooke or Denise will tell you all about it. And you'll hear about that a little later in the service. Today's offering will be a Share the Plate with the House of Little Dogs, so when it's time, do give generously. And, okay, I have to tell you, I have been so emotional working on this service. Our animals mean so very, very much to us, and I started working here in 2006, and I've called in twice over those 20 years. Once with COVID, like a few years ago, and once when my beloved pup Theo passed away. I worked the Sunday after my mother died. I worked the Sunday after a huge breakup, but Theo passed and I was done. I was cooked for at least a week. He was my first dog. You'll see his picture in the slideshow later in the service. Aren't we lucky? Aren't we lucky to have dogs and cats and mice and pets in our life? I'll say one more thing before I end with a poem. In the hymn today, it's that song, Bill Stain song, "All God's Critters Got a Place in the Choir," some sing low. I don't often put the word God in the service much at all. But it was funny, with regards to animals, I didn't even think about it. Like it didn't even bother me or worry me one bit, and I just wanted to tell you because I thought that was interesting. It's like, maybe I think that that's where I get the closest. So I'll end it with this poem and turn it over to Brooke. When your best friend has 4 or so legs. What it means to have a pet is to love someone who speaks a language you do not. A dog will bow and prance. A cat will purr and blink. A guinea pig and a mouse will giggle and squeak. A long time ago, that's right, tell it. A long time ago, a friend of mine had a dog with soft ears, and she considered herself the pup's guardian. A gentle way to think of protecting and caring for a friend. Such a small gesture of respect for a source of boundless love. A dog's long pink tongue lolling in a goofy grin. The cat convinced that kneading and grooming are crucial to this day. A bird asking for a treat, bending to wing a wave. These are friends. These are loves. It's kind of a surprise that you should love someone so much that would eat the butter right off the table if they could get away with it. And gets endless hair on the sofa when they aren't even supposed to be on the sofa. When they're called companion animals, it's such an open and tender truth. The endless cuddles and tricks and loyalty, the comfort of fingers to fur and big adoring eyes, these are friends. They are loves. They stretch our heart and fill them with their abundance of kindness. And when they're gone, our hearts remain larger. Our hearts remain larger, though their absence leaves room for expanses of grief. Their love champions and companions us still. Brooke?
Perfect timing, our speakers.
Oh, good.
Say goodbye the car.
I haven't been up to this new schmazzy podium. It's pretty cool. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. For those of you who know me know that our house has always been welcome to all kinds of critters, all sizes, all shapes, furless. Had a furless rat once. He was wonderful, Mr. Magoo. And Renee asked me to talk about the science of having animals in our life as it affects humans. But I have to start with a story. Now, Ashley's outside bringing in our speaker, so she can't be here to hear this beginning because it's about her. Once upon a time, when she was in 6th grade, she won the science fair of the entire school. How did she do it? Who remembers Exxon Valdez? Yeah, how can we forget that? Okay. So her science experiment, and this has nothing to do with animals, was gorgeously, because she's an artist, pictorial and photographs of how you collect oil from water. And she won, and it was quite wonderful. So the next year, her brother Blake was under the gun here. What can I do? And he was a little bit of a lazy one, comparatively. I spent hours with him at the library looking up. This is a little bit, kind of on the cusp of having internet services, trying to find something appropriate that I get him to agree to. And one day he said, I am doing nothing, none of these. I am going to show how you train mice. I was a little doubtful. I've never read or heard of anything about training mice, but he was insistent, so I thought, okay. He says it's a scientific process method. So that was his hypothesis, that you could train mice. We had 2 mice at the time, Peaches and Batman. And they lived. Hi, Denise. Come on up here in front with Ashley. I'm telling tales on your Exxon Valdez science experiment. Yeah. So we decided, okay, we'll give it a try. So we said, well, we've got to have a certain time and a certain place every day to do this training, whatever it's going to be. And we decided we had to have 2 experiments because one wouldn't do. So the first one seemed easier. We wanted to see if we could get the mice to walk through a little child's bangle bracelet that we put down on the kitchen table. The second was a little harder. I took a ruler at about a 45-degree angle to see if we could make them walk up to the top of it. Well, the first week or so did not go well. They just kind of like, what do you want me to do? And all the amount of cheese and treats, nothing happened. But we tried cuddling with them. So we had a process. They would try, and if they got close to the bracelet, that was the first one, he would pick them up and kiss them and hold them and pet them. Well, it wasn't too long, 2 weeks into this month, they were acing it on both experiments. So it was time to go to school. And the 6th grade classroom was gathered around this desk, and I thought, oh, these little mice are going to be totally freaked out. You know, we can't expect anything. Well, 3 days before, somehow, with a little visitor visiting us, a little boy who had waffle boots on, Peaches got squished. Yeah, poor Peaches.
No.
Poor Peaches. So Blake said, Mom, let's go buy another mouse. I said, well, honey, you can't train a mouse in 2 days to do it. He says, Mother, you're missing the point. I thought, he's right. This dumb mouse is going to prove our point as long as Batman aces it, you know. So we gathered around first thing in the morning and put them one at a time, you know, on the desk, and all the kids around, luckily quiet, Olympic champions. Batman was just great. And he got kissed and put away, and the new mouse, who didn't even have a name, just came out and went, huh? So he won a blue ribbon, not for the whole school. So you're saying, how does this relate? Well, I think it does, because if you can coach and love a little mouse to do tricks for you, what could animals do for us if we're petting and touching them? Thanks for bearing with me there. So touching or petting a furry pet and Mr. Magoo, the hairless rat, activates a cascade of effects that improve our human health and well-being. Research confirms that this simple interaction is deeply therapeutic for people. When a person strokes a dog or cat or mouse or rabbit's fur, several biological systems shift in us towards being calmer. The human brain first increases oxytocin production. This is the bonding hormone. It lowers cortisol. Cortisol, the primary stress hormone in our bodies. In 2022, a study showed that just 10 minutes of petting a dog can significantly lower cortisol levels in stressed adults. And then, what else? Oh yes, there's more. Simultaneously, levels of dopamine and serotonin, which are neurotransmitters associated with pleasure and mood regulation, also rise. Now, at this point, I wish I had thought that maybe I could take my dog when I go to the dentist, because I could sure use a little bit of mood regulation, a little bit of reduced anxiety, but I don't think they'd buy it. Although I did see my vet, there you go, I live at the vet, my dentist with her dog in Hobby Lobby, so why not, huh? The act of petting a dog also shifts brain waves. EEG studies reveal that increased alpha wave production is associated with relaxed, more alert mood states and reduced anxiety. And then touch also calms the autonomic nervous system. The calming signals cascades in the body, and here's some of the things that are really cool. Your blood pressure drops. Your breathing slows. Your blood glucose stabilizes. Could it be that animals can put GLP-1s out of business? I don't know. Did you know, an aside, that GLP-1s were developed after scientists studied the venom from Gila monsters? I wonder at the GLs from Gila. But the reason is there's a protease in their venom that they only eat 3 times a year. And that's what they studied and developed then, human grade Gila monster goose. Okay, going on here. So petting a dog encourages the vagus nerve, which is in your brain, goes down through your brain stem, inflammation, among other things, and frequent pet contact is correlated with reduced rates of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and mood disorders. Are you sold yet? In one study from the University of Missouri, participants experienced increased levels of beta endorphins and prolactin, and these are hormones tied to pain relief, as well as emotional balance, just after a few minutes of petting a dog. So I'll wind up. In short, petting a dog's not just a feel-good activity, and especially for the dog. It's a whole body health event, and you don't even need a prescription. Thank you. And my friend Denise is here. Yay, come on up.
Thank you so much, Brooke. So this opening hymn, yes.
I'm sorry.
Right? Yes, a hymn first, yes. This song is famous, and you, I think you will enjoy it if you don't know it. This song is all about lightness and fun and joy and love and respect of our animals, and there's a reason that God spelled backwards is dog. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Oh, let's stand. Let's do. If you want to, if you can. If you can't, that's okay too. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. Listen to the bass, he's the one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus moans and groans with a big to-do. The old cow just goes moo, 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 moo. The dogs and the cats, they take up the middle where the honeybees hum and the cricket fiddles. The donkey brays and the pony neighs. The old coyote howls. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. Listen to the top where the little birds sing, where the melody and the high notes ring. The hoot owl hollers over everything. The jaybird disagrees. Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day. The little duck quacks and he's on his way. The possum ain't got much to say. The porcupine talks to himself again. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. It's a simple song, living song everywhere by the fox and the ox and the grizzly bear. Grumpy alligator hawk above, the sly raccoon and the turtle dove. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire, and some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got. Good, you may be seated. Oh, please welcome Denise Mulliken with the House of Little Dogs.
Eventually. Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm really happy to be here to tell you a little bit about House of Little Dogs and what we do. House of Little Dogs was founded in 2015. That's when we incorporated and got our 501c3 designation. And when we first started, we did what most rescues normally do. We pulled dogs from shelters and got them into new homes. But as we continued that work and got into the shelters and saw the dogs that were there, we just found ourselves drawn to the senior dogs and the dogs with disabilities or medical conditions that made them less adoptable and made it harder for them to get out of the shelter. So we gradually sort of transitioned from a rescue adoption sort of operation to a rescue sanctuary operation where we'll take in the elderly dogs and the special needs dogs and give them a place where they can live out their lives with the care that they need. Our sanctuary is located on Wallen Mountain Road a 3-acre property just south of Greenland. That's also our home. Between dogs in our sanctuary and the dogs in our Forever Foster program, we're caring for about 30 dogs now. We have dogs with heart disease, kidney disease, neurological issues. We have several blind dogs, and we make sure that they get the vet care that they need, the medicines that they need, and any special diets that they need. We will still adopt out a dog on occasion if we feel like they're good candidates for adoption, but most of the dogs we take in end up staying with us for their lifetimes. I've got 2 of our residents here with us today. This is Happy. Happy's about 12 years old. He's been with us since he was a very young dog. He was born with a condition called micro-ophthalmia, where the eyes just never developed, so he's been blind since birth. And now that he's an old boy, we're dealing with a little arthritis, but he's doing really well. And this is Hypatia. Hypatia just came to us last February from the people at the Humane Society for Animals up in Rogers. She was found out in the country wandering around. She was severely matted. Her skin was in terrible condition. She had no hair on her legs, and the skin was kind of alligator-like. It was really rough. She was not spayed. She had some mammary tumors. We got her spayed, got the mammary tumors taken care of. They turned out to be benign, thank goodness. And then we found out that she has low thyroid, so she's on a thyroid replacement hormone. And that medication plus a lot of medicated baths really have improved her skin. I think her skin is almost completely healed now. And Hypatia's blind too. One of her eyes is kind of shrunken or shriveled. We really don't know if she was born that way or if something happened. And she has glaucoma in the other eye. So we've been taking her to see Dr. Hodson at the Eye Clinic for Animals to treat her for her glaucoma. So she's doing really well now. She's gained some weight, and she's a very sweet little dog. And whenever I take in these little dogs, I wonder if only you could tell me what your story is. It would be a story of resilience and determination and survival, I'm sure. But she's with us now for life. And she's due for a grooming soon, which kind of reminds me of the other things we do for our dogs. We take care of all their grooming. We make sure they have their heart worm preventative and flea and tick preventative and any food that they need. And we rely solely on donations to do this. We're very fortunate that we have a group of wonderful donors and supporters who help us take care of these dogs, and they love these broken down little dogs as much as we do. And we're very, very grateful to them. And I'm very grateful to y'all for inviting us here today and for your help and support and your interest in little dogs. So thank you very much.
Let us take a moment to honor the ancestors of this church, the people who first came together to create a home for liberal religion here in Fayetteville, those who worked hard to raise money for a building, who sat in committee meetings and created bylaws, who chopped and marinated and baked for potlucks, who painted and weeded and pounded nails and washed countless dishes, who gathered to worship, to learn, to grieve, to heal, to serve, to build justice, to transform their lives and this world. All things we don't necessarily think of when we think of the word church. We are the recipients of an incredible gift and a beautiful vision. We do this to keep this congregation strong, vital, and thriving for generations to come. We're also lucky enough to be able to support important organizations in our community by sharing our plate the last Sunday of each month. And we are so honored today to offer this gift to House of Little Dogs. The morning offering will now be gratefully received. And the announcement slide. There's your announcement slide. you'll notice that June 28th through September 6th, we will have an RE break. But I believe during that time, adults can go downstairs to the regular RE spot and have discussions unfacilitated. Thank you. Vaughn has words for everything. Our Pride Sunday is the last Sunday in June, and I just want to tell you I want to warn you, if you're sensitive, there will be louder music. I'm being good, and I'm letting everyone know that there will be louder music the last Sunday in June. It's about to be time for our animal blessing and video. And first, just a word about the video. Y'all take your time, it's okay. There are two sections. The first section is our animals present with us today. And the second section is our beloveds who have crossed over. Our present animal companions' names are in black and white gradient font, and those who have crossed over are in a font with a coral background. Both of these fonts were chosen because they're easy to read on any photo. I didn't want you to be like, why is there a flipping orange background on my dead dog's name? I just wanted you to know that it was so that it was easily readable. Okay, and this video will play again at the end of the service because you'll want to see it more than once. But here's how this is going to work. First, there will be a reading. And then after the reading, you will come forward and get an animal blessing bag to bless your pets. Within this bag, Oliver and I spent time on Thursday lovingly curating these bags for you. In this bag, there is a little bottle of water that I have boiled and made sure nothing's growing in it. No other friends are growing in it. And it's from our water communion. So and I know that we believe that all water is sacred, but this is the sacred water of our community. And so ideally you will just dampen your finger and rub it on your dog's head and read, or cat, or mouse, or bird, or whatever you've got, turtle, anything. And we'll read the blessing that's in a little scroll. There are also two itty bitty teeny tiny little, they're really small. When I got them in, they were much smaller than I thought. They're smaller than my pinky nail. Little figurines, little pet figurines in the bags to remind you for your altar. And they won't take too much room up, I promise. Okay, and so we'll come up. And if you have a dog with you and you think that you might need space, Oliver or I can bring you a blessing bag if you just want to raise your hand up. Okay, so, and then after that, Brooke and I will offer a responsive reading. But first, a reading by Maureen Killoran that I have adapted. Let's clear our minds. For the blessing of animal companions, we give thanks. For the beautiful ones whose fur is silky and whose tails are long, whose feathers are brilliant or whose voices are splendid, we give thanks. For the frantic ones, the runts, the hungry, who run for a food bowl or a pet as though this is life's last possible gift, we give thanks. For the occasionally obnoxious, the heads that butt against us as we're trying to sleep, the paws and tails that knock things off the tables, maybe intentionally, and mud offerings on the rugs, we give thanks. For those elder animal companions who have given us so much for so long, we give thanks. For those who bark and purr and growl and mew, for all who squeak or squawk or snarl or hiss, we give thanks. For the animals unknown to us, whose niche in life's web is fragile, whose lives are insecure, and for all who care for them and wish them well, we give thanks. For those animals who work in service with a human companion, doing a job of life-saving work, literal or metaphorical, we give thanks. For the animal companions that are our family, perfect to us with their imperfections. What imperfections? We give thanks. Blessed are the animals. Blessed are the creatures who live with us and need our care. Blessed are the mammals and the reptiles and the birds who teach us that we are not alone. Blessed are all living things from whom we learn to love. Okay, you may come forward to get your blessing bags from Brooke. And Carol, if you will start the video. I know you have animals. Just come on. Just come on and get your bags. I loved getting to know you through your animals. Raise your hand if you want me to bring you one. video was a labor of love. And I'm really grateful to have gotten to know you through the pictures of your pets. I feel like I know some of you so much better from trying to optimize pictures and ask you about names and spellings and different things. And so it was I might have fussed about the amount of hours that video took. Don't tell anybody, Fawn. But I mean, I might have fussed, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it. And if you want it, I'll just share it with you on the Google Drive, and you can see it again if you want. We will also play it again at the end of service. Okay, so for the responsive reading, this is what you'll say after Brooke and I take turns talking. Ours is a world alive and allowed with the presence of creatures and critters. Animals abound, interwoven in our human lives and wholly independent. This is the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. We give thanks for animal companionship in our lives and on this earth.
Some of us have known animals who have saved our very lives. Sometimes this is a metaphor. Sometimes it's a literal fact. For so many of us, we are better human animals because we have known animals as part of our story.
We give thanks for the animal companionship in our lives and on this earth. Animals are not only cuddly and cute, companions of solace and delight. Animals are deeply wild, with the capacity to defend and kill, even the ones we have pronounced tame. Let us always show forms of proper respect for this wild way. We give thanks for animal companionship in our lives and on this earth.
There is the painful reality that some animals suffer needlessly at our hands. There are animals who encounter human cruelty, left hungry or maltreated, used for mere mean-spirited profit, habitat stolen, and built upon without regard for our shared mutual existence. Let us do what we can to be able to give thanks for animals without hypocrisy or heartless dominance.
We give thanks for animal companionship in our lives and on this earth. There are animals in our daily lives whose labor makes our own lives easier, safer, more accessible. Animals who lend us their fur or hair or feathers or fleece or milk or eggs that we might be sustained without their loss of life. Animals whom we raise or hunt, may it always be compassionately and with respect for the wider web, though we know this is mostly not the case. Whose lives are sacrificed that some of us eat or cover our bodies. May we move ever closer to that ideal, to live lightly on the earth, taking only what we must and no more. We give thanks for animal companionship in our lives and on this earth. We bless all animals.
We bless those we know and love. We bless those unknown to us who have benefited our lives.
We bless even the ones that can harm us, affirming with humility their place in the interdependent web.
We affirm the impulse for humans to live in right relation with all other animals on this earth.
May we honor our best presence as part of the animal family. We give thanks for animal companionship in our lives and on this earth. Thank you. Ray, will you and Goose come forward and extinguish our chalice?
Right. Please join us in extinguishing the chalice. We
Extinguish this flame, now the light of truth.
Oh no.
Peace we carry in our hearts until we are together again. They're just talking, aren't they? I'd like to close with a quote from Albert Schweitzer. I'd like to close with a quote from Albert Schweitzer. A person is ethical only when life, as such, is sacred, that of plants and animals as that of humans, and when one devotes oneself helpfully to all life that is in need of help. Okay, now it's time for dismissal. You may hang out in here, rewatch the video. You may sign petitions with Gretchen and Janet. You can learn more about the House of Little Dogs and meet Denise's friends. Or you can play outside with maybe some of the dogs that are here today. Okay, thanks, y'all. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. Have I been good enough in this life to deserve such charm? I want to come back in my next life as a Unitarian's dog. All the best toys, I must say. And I have a sweater for every single day and a long lead, not really, on which to roam and play. We take trips in the van, I'm her only man, and this, of course, was my original plan. I want to come back in my next life as a dog. This song was originally written as a lesbian's dog.